Am I the asshole? For ruining a teenage girl's life because her father cheated with my wife. I'm not sure if I'm the a-hole here, but I need some perspective. My ex-wife, Sarah F25, fake name, cheated on me M28 for about 3 years. For context, we have only been married for 4 years. I found out about it when I stumbled upon her phone and saw the messages she was sending to this guy named David, another fake name. Apparently, she had another Instagram account, which she used to reconnect with former high school flings. I took screenshots for proof, in case the court needs proof, and then confronted her, and she didn't deny it. She said she was sorry and that she loved me, but it was clear that she was lying. She said she was going to break things off with David, but I knew she was just saying that to placate me. Who knows what other accounts she has hiding? I decided to get some revenge, so I started digging into David's life after I asked my buddy to send him a request with a catfish Insta profile. I found out where he worked, where he lived, and who his friends and family were. This dude was cheating with his main and only Insta profile with all his family. We then changed the profile picture, name, bio, and made the profile public. We posted the proof I gathered and let the carnage loose. We changed the account's name to something along the lines of David's cheating proof and made sure to get the attention of all his family. I make sure everyone who knew of him knew that he was a cheater, that he was a bad father, and that he was a terrible person. He also had wedding photos where he tagged most of his family. They were also in the comments, so it was easy to find them. And when they got a follow request from a profile with his face plastered all over, I'm sure it caught their attentions well. I also contacted David's wife personally. I explained who I was through direct messages and asked for her phone number so we can discuss everything, and told her about the affair. She was heartbroken, just like I was. She confronted David, and they planned to get divorced. But that wasn't the end of it. A few weeks later, I heard a rumor that David's 17-year-old daughter had run away from home. Apparently, she had found out about her father's affair and was devastated. I felt a pang of guilt. I knew that my actions had contributed to her running away. I had made her life a living hell, and she had had enough. I tried to reach out to David's wife to see if she knew anything about her daughter's whereabouts, but she didn't. I was worried sick. I didn't want anything bad to happen to the girl. A few days later, after the police got involved, it turns out she was staying in her friend's college dorm across town, in a female-only dorm. I felt better knowing that she was safe and was probably in good hands. After everything, I hope that she can find peace and happiness. And I hope that I can learn from my mistakes and move on with my life. What I did to that poor girl was unfair, and honestly, in the heat of the moment, I didn't consider any circumstances. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for no longer feeling as attracted to my boyfriend since he lost his physique? I, 22F, have been with my boyfriend, 22M, for almost 6 years now. When we first started dating, he was playing travel hockey, biking constantly, was in shape, had a six-pack. But when he stopped playing hockey 2 years into our relationship, he never picked up on any other activities to stay in shape. Once he got his license, he no longer biked anymore. Now 6 years later, his six-pack is gone and a beer belly has grown in. I love my boyfriend to death and love him no matter what he looks like. But is it wrong for me to want him to get back in shape? I would feel more attracted to him if he was motivated to do activities, but it's even a struggle to get him to go for a walk with me. I am the type of person that goes to the gym, workout classes, walks every day, and is training for a half marathon. We just don't have the same level of motivation, and it's frustrating. I just don't think there's a proper way to bring it up to him, but at the same time, it does affect my physical attraction towards him. Not sure if I should bring it up and have a conversation about it knowing it will hurt his feelings, or just try to push my feelings about this aside. Uneasy face. Am I the asshole for telling my wife that she has to take care of the baby all night, if needed, on our upcoming trip? My M36 wife, F36, is a physician who works in the ER and has a very stressful job. I work from home for an IT company. We have 2 kids, a 3-year-old boy and an 11-month-old baby girl. Because of her work hours and stressful job, I'm taking the workload of taking care of the kids. The boy goes to daycare while I watch the baby all day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the baby, and breakfast and dinner for the boy. I also bathe them both and do bedtime with the boy. Recently, my wife got an opportunity to go to California for a medical conference, and I told her that she can go alone if she wants, and it can be a nice break for her. But she insists on us all going. She said she doesn't need to go, but it will be a fun trip, and she can use that time for a trip as it won't be part of her PTO. Now I would rather her be home to help me with the kids, but she was so excited to visit as she's never been there. I insisted on her going alone. It will be less stressful for her. She can explore after conference hours. It will suck for me, but at least we'll be in a controlled area, which is our house. There's space, all their toys, kitchen, my desk with a monitor setup, etc., as opposed to the vacation, where we'll be cramped in a Hilton hotel room. The kids have never slept in the same room ever. And not only do we have to worry about taking strollers and car seats with us on the flight, which I'll be doing since it will be too heavy for my wife, we have to carry 2 kids. We have to make sure there are 2 cribs at the hotel room, a functioning freezer for my wife's breast milk, activities for my toddler boy since WTF is he going to do in a hotel room all day while his mom is at a conference and his dad is taking care of a baby while making Zoom calls to work. I've begged my wife to reconsider this, but she said she'll take some conference days off, or she'll leave early if things are overwhelming for me since it will be down the street from the hotel that we'll be staying at. And I dunno, I'm so exhausted lately I just gave in and agreed to the trip. But now I'm rocking the baby at midnight, and I'm just fuming that I'm not only watching the baby and the boy during the weekend. She has weekend call at work that she signed up for because it's extra money. I'm also rocking the baby back to sleep. I angrily texted my wife that when we go on the trip, you have to stay up all night to rock the baby or sleep the baby in her arms while you stay up all night. She felt really bad and said that she'll swap with me. But she has work tomorrow, and I don't, so I said it's fine. But I can tell I made her feel like shit, and I feel bad about that. But at the same time, I don't know if I'm actually being an asshole. Am I actually being one? Holy shit, this was a really long post. I'm very sorry about that. Am I the asshole? For being done with my roommate. I, F18, am a college student who lives with 3 roommates. We moved into our dorm about 2 weeks ago, which is a 2-bedroom with a connected bathroom area. I get along great with 2 of my roommates who live in the other bedroom. However, the girl that I share a bedroom with has been a bit of a problem. In the past 2 weeks, we have dealt with the following things. Doesn't fully clean up after herself. Is loud and obnoxious in the morning when we are sleeping. Doesn't lock our door when she leaves. Uses the restroom and doesn't wash her hands. Eats our snacks without asking, with her dirty hands. Is loud when we're on the phone. Puts her decorative towels on the rack, so my other roommates have to put their towels in the closet. Asks us to pay her back for things she bought without telling us. Uses the communal space as her own. And many other things. But those are the main points. When one of my roommates nicely tells her to wash her hands, she starts yelling. When she finally does, she doesn't even use soap. We all worked on a roommate agreement, and she has continuously broken the things we have agreed on. The 3 of us have been talking, and we all agree that we have to do something about this. Being only 2 weeks in with this many problems, we have grown tired of having to remind her to lock the door or wash her hands or stop buying stuff without asking. At this point, we want to have a meeting and explore another roommate option. Are my roommates and I the a-holes for wanting to tell her that we might want a new roommate? Am I the asshole? For not feeding one of the kids at my son's sleepover. My son is having a sleepover with 3 of his best friends. It was my lucky day because I got to pick up 4 sweaty 6th grade boys after lacrosse practice in 90-degree heat. I made it very clear that they were going to shower when we got to my house. Now they were going to do that anyway because they were going to go into the pool. I even told them that they could throw their sport clothes in the washer as I was going to do my kids' laundry anyways. That way they have a second set of clean clothes and my house doesn't stink of 11-year-old boys all weekend. One of the boys, Tyler, said he didn't want to go swimming. He wanted to play with our dog and on his phone. I said that's cool, but you need to go take a shower. You can even take a bath. I don't care. He said he'd wait until he got home tomorrow. I said, dude, you stink and are covered in mud. Go take a shower like the others boys did. I said you can even go home. He lives 3 houses down. He said he didn't need one. I said okay, don't take one, but I'm not feeding you. I was going to let you boys order your own pizza and pick it yourselves, but now you'll have veggies. He got mad and said he'd go home and shower. He was gone for a while and then his mom called. She said he was crying because I wasn't going to feed him. I said, no. I said to all of them that they needed to shower, and your son refused. So the consequence is no pizza for dinner. She said I was way harsh. I asked her if he took a shower yet, and she said yes. Then you should thank me. No other kid had a fit. Shit, my 7 years old just took a bath. I said I'm letting the boys order their own pizza in 20 minutes, and that's how long you have to come back clean if you want any or want to spend the night over. His mom later called me and said he understood what I said and would come back after he washes up at home. I texted her and said no, this is too much drama over a sleepover. Let's try this next time. Stay home. She called me 4 times in an hour. Oh, and she's not even home. She's at her boyfriend's. So Tyler is home alone with no food. I just want to get my buzz on, eat my pizza and pass out watching Nerds.